Hey everybody, happy Pride! This is Charlie, and today I wanted to talk about the concept of body neutrality. I know over the last few years there's been this movement around body positivity, and I think that's a great thing. It's great to be positive about your body, but that's not the only thing. And in the real world, stuff happens, like top surgery. And that's why I now live by the concept of body neutrality instead of body positivity. Body neutrality is the simple concept that bodies just are what they are, no value judgment, and that we live in a no judgment experience with them. So I've always had a complicated relationship with my body for a variety of reasons. Internally, I'm neurodivergent, so I often have sensory overload, and I have epilepsy, so I have seizures, and my body just does things that I don't necessarily know or want it to do. So that's been a problem. Then personally, I'm transgender, and I have dysphoria about certain parts of my body that make it hard for people to see me for who I am. Then societally, if you do any sort of Google image search of beautiful women or beautiful people, it'll clearly show you that we live in a world that generally prioritizes white or lighter beauty standards over darker skinned people. And all of those experiences at times have made me hate myself, whether it was coming internally, personally, or societally. Either way, it was not good. I didn't feel great, and I was hard on my body because of it. In those moments, it was hard for me to separate what was my own things that I just didn't like and what things were coming from the outside, and it was just this really confusing, who knows why I hate myself, but I hate myself and my body. That was the place that I was in where I came upon the body positivity movement. And I don't want to discount that movement because it really did help me a lot. I started working towards radical self-love and self-care and all of those fun trigger words that people talk about when it comes to body positivity. But for me, it wasn't enough to fight back all of the internal, personal, and societal pressures that were telling me that this body that I live in is not good enough. Top surgery was one of the things that helped me to get out. A little bit about me. I got top surgery before I knew or was out as trans. At the time, identified as a butch lesbian, and I just didn't want boobs. And around that time, I got some of the best advice that I've ever heard, and it's really to just listen to my body. That my body can be trusted, and that I should just listen to the things that it says. I clearly just didn't want boobs, and they felt uncomfortable, and I had dysphoria around it. But I also, at the same time, was not ready to start exploring gender stuff. I didn't want to talk about it, mainly because I thought that getting top surgery meant that I was binary trans. And I really had to come to a place where no matter what body I am in, I still am me. There's no separating those two things. So if I'm in a body with breasts, then it's a gender-neutral body with breasts. If I am in a body with long hair, I'm in a gender-neutral body with long hair. None of those individual character traits meant anything specific about my gender. Granted, yes, there are consequences in how people see me based on how I present myself, but at the end of the day, I still am who I am, and people's perceptions of me doesn't change the reality of my experience or who I am. So when I got to that point, I was like, cool, that means that even though I'm a butch lesbian, I can get top surgery. So I went online and I found millions of pictures of people who had gone through the same thing. And one of the topics that really worried me was post-surgery depression, and that's something I don't think enough people in the community talk about, because it is real. So for me to guard against that, I decided from the beginning of my top surgery that I would go a year without judging the results. It takes a year to fully heal from top surgery, and there are a lot of steps along the way. And some of them look great, some of them don't, some of them take work, some of them don't. Not everybody is 100% happy with their results when they first come out. And so to guard against that for myself, I decided to spend a year of no judgment. I would get it done and just see what happened from there. And a crazy thing happened in that year of no value judgment on my body, I actually ended up loving my body a lot more. Some of it was because of the results of top surgery, and some of it wasn't. What it really changed in that year is that I started living with the mindset that my body is in transition, that me and my body are going through an experience together, and that we don't have to be at odds in the midst of that. Even at times where I'm not necessarily happy with things about my body, we're still going through that experience together. I am a work in progress. And when I really believed that, I could actually look out into the world and see it around me. We live in a very age-segregated society. So teenagers are with teenagers, college-age people are with college-age people, adults are with adults, old people are with old people. But when you are living from this place of transition, you can actually see that transition in every life stage. That middle-aged bodies are different than young bodies, that are different than old bodies. All of that is a process, and all of those are good options. And in reality, they're inevitable options. So instead of running from this thing, the best thing I can do is to lean into that experience. Even during the times where I want things to change, I can still be happy that my body can heal. My body does have the ability to go through these traumatic surgeries and come back. And my body is transforming in ways that I love. So yes, bodies, the ultimate transformers. So if you guys want to comment below, I'd love to have a conversation around body neutrality and how we can best lean into the experience of our transition and be the ultimate transformers. Thanks!